Well, hello and welcome back. My name's Kieron Seamons. This is my Inky World, and today we have a request. A request. The request says, it's from Sarah. My boyfriend is a sloth. My boyfriend walks like a sloth. He eats like a sloth. He does every job I ask him to do like a sloth. He is a sloth. Can you draw a sloth? Oh, there you go. So today we're going to try and draw a sloth. Okay, you ready to draw? Let's draw. Okay, so we are going to draw a sloth today. I don't think I've ever even drawn a sloth before, but we shall we shall give it a go. I don't know where to even start with a sloth, but that would probably be something like that to start with. Something down that way, something that type of shape, that kind of Now, I can't believe she called her boyfriend or her husband or whatever it was, a boyfriend. She called him a sloth. Oh, poor guy. So, let's try and make it a nice sloth anyway. Pens. Sorry, I don't like that pen again. I'll change it over to this lovely green one. Green turquoise type of thing. So I'm kind of I'm trying to slightly kind of imagine a sloth. And I can't really have a full image, which is okay. It's all right. Move that over a little bit. It's okay. It's like, it's one of those type of things where if you have a vague idea, and I have a lot of feeling about the shape of it. I kind of have that nice kind of pear shape. I don't know if that's even correct, but and I kind of remember large eyes. Am I even thinking of the right animal? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? No, that is horrible, Sarah. I'm thinking your boyfriend is a sloth, but as long as he's a cute and cuddly sloth, eh? Right, let's get on with that. Now, I kind of remember they have like a little cute little nose and everything kind of tucked up, haven't they? It's sometimes it's a good thing to work on an animal that you only have a vague kind of remembrance of. In the simple way that sometimes if you have to draw a sloth, then the first thing you start to think about is you simplify all your thoughts down. You start to think about, what shape is a sloth? Is he round? Is he fat? Is he tall? Is he skinny? And you start to break down this thing. And my shape is that. So I'm working from that. And I'm working from the point of him being very slow and him being very kind of rather sleepy, I would imagine, since he's so slow. So then you can start to kind of play with elements of sleepiness. the drowsy eyes and stuff like that. Now you might get some little details wrong, like I'm going to draw his nose now, and the nose is kind of like almost like a little bit dog-like, almost like a bear. And that might be right and it might not be right, but as long as you can draw it with confidence, I think Sarah is looking for something that is very slow and maybe slow and cute, maybe. So as long as we are playing to Sarah's wishes, I'm hoping that she will be happy. Please let me know if I do. If you do send me a request, do look out for it. Do look out for your request, because it might be, you know, it might be that day that I'm drawing it. And obviously, if you sent me in a request, I would very much like a feedback, you know, a nice response from it. Now the noise, if you hear noises in the background, somebody is rebuilding their extension, which has been very, very noisy. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. Now I would imagine they're kind of from the, like, a bear family. I'm sure I'll be corrected with that, but I'm kind of, that's how I kind of see them. So I'm adding elements to it, like a bear's ear, but then again, I'm trying to kind of convert them over so that they look like they're kind of sleepy ears. If you can you have sleepy ears? I'm not quite sure, but there we are. A little bit more. Now, one of the elements is I do kind of remember little things like it's a two-toed sloth and things like that. So I'm kind of drawing this one a little bit blind, but so I'm going to try and give him, I know that they have long kind of claws that they don't really use for anything except like climbing trees and stuff like that, if I remember. I'm trying to play between the image of a sloth and the image of her husband being a sloth. If that makes any sense. So obviously in Sarah's mind, her boyfriend is extremely slow at everything. And that's okay. That's all right. It's all right to be slow. So I'm trying to give him kind of a little bit sleepy hairstyle as well. And they're quite hairy arms, if I remember. They had these huge kind of big arms. And I think they have very small legs. I'm going to get some trouble with this one. I know that. I know that I'm going to get slaughtered. People saying, don't you know about a sloth? A sloth has got 72 legs or something like that. And I'm kind of drawn at this kind of gullible creature. Oh, wow. Oh. Isn't there a Disney movie where the guy walks into I think it's a fox that walks into some kind of shop, and the sloth is behind the counter and he's extremely slow. Like that. Like he takes so long to kind of answer. I'm kind of giving him a belly there, though. I'm not really kind of. So I'm assuming that the back legs would also be quite clawed, even though they're probably a lot smaller. There you go. There's me kind of guessing here. That's him taking a step forward. I kind of feel like the other leg should be a little bit like I'm doing that so that it's kind of like lifting his leg so that he's taking a step, so I can kind of draw the other toes down here so you can see that he's that long and he's taking a step forward. So what do we think? What do we think of our sloth boyfriend? I think it's got quite a nice kind of facial character. Quite pleased with that. But maybe if you're watching, maybe you could draw a sloth and put it up on the posts. Maybe you could show me your sloth. What does your sloth look like? That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? I kind of remember that they're kind of hugging a tree and they kind of do one. So I think that the claws and things like that are quite right, quite accurate. So I have to do this drawing today, and then I need to take Mr. Miro for a walk, and then come back, and then back onto the book. I'm trying desperately to finish this book by the end of the week, I'm hoping. The thing is, with a book, it can get quite addictive. You know, you kind of get to this point where you kind of, you know, you go for a walk in the park, and you're thinking about the book. You're thinking about, oh, this, maybe I do that. And you're sitting on the toilet, and you're cooking dinner, and every stage of your life is kind of like addicted to thoughts of this book, and it does get a little bit. I understand why a lot of kind of writers end up nutty. You know, I understand why they all end up like crazy and, you know, jumping out of a window or something, you know, because it can be quite a self-absorbing kind of thing to do, to write a book or to illustrate a book or any of that kind of combination. It's very, 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 very draining. And I do find that you know, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just be sitting there and I'll think, oh, well, if he was to do that, I'll do that. Then I've ever do good. All right, yeah. Oh, let me get a pad. I'll write that down. So when my books come out, please run away and buy one. Like the ones that I keep posting, I keep having to remember. Go and buy one of those. Or go and buy one of those. Brainiest Combustibles and the Worry Lips collection. There's loads of good books out there. Loads of them. Loads and loads and loads. So go and buy a book. There's loads of books. There's the Sketchbook one that I did. The Inky World. The Blue Book. It's all the inky sketches from the last few months. There is the Ghostabulous Experience, which is the big fat orange novel about Norman. And hundreds of kids' books, like King Rara, who we did a big feature with quite recently. We did a whole big talk about King Rara, and there's still fans in China for King Rara, which is absolutely amazing. Now that is a beautiful sloth. Isn't that a beautiful sloth? Sarah, what do you think? Does it look like your boyfriend? Does it got some kind of... Does it look like him? That's his little stubble there. That's his ear. That's his little kind of stubbly beard. That he's probably got a little stubbly beard. Lovely. I am happy with I am happy with that. I am happy with the sloth. That is today's drawing for Sarah. Sarah, who thinks that her boyfriend is a sloth, and she has asked me to draw a sloth for her today. And I feel that's captured everything about both the boyfriend and the sloth, and so that is today's drawing. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for following. Thank you very much for all your support and all your love. If you do want to support the channel, comments are a beautiful way. Just send me a comment. If you want to support the channel in more of a financial way, you want to buy inks, or there's a PayPal at the top of my YouTube account where you can just send money, send support. I do draw every day. I do go through a lot of paper. I'm constantly buying large batches of paper and large collections of ink. I do buy my ink in large liters like this. That's a Talon's ink. And about £35 just for one jar of ink. So any support in any way, you can also go and buy the books. There is lots and lots and lots of books. The last book that we did was that one. That was the Worry Lips Ghostabulous Experience. There are lots of the black ones, also Worry Lips. There are ones like that, which are all sketches inside. If you pull it open, you can see lots of the drawings inside, like that. And that is called the Inky Sketchbook. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different books out there that you can go and enjoy. So thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you back here for some more funky drawing. See you soon. Bye-bye.